Hi everyone, this is Sky. I just wanted to come on and invite you over to my Patreon page. During this month, for a limited time, I am doing free trials over there so you guys can try before you buy. If you don't enjoy the service, you can definitely cancel. On Patreon, I post weekly forecasts called T-Chats. I also post the monthly sign-by-sign videos and a monthly installment called Benevolence. You can check out the link below to get a free trial, and I am going to also be including a preview of some of that content onto this video as well. I hope you're all doing well, and definitely check out a free trial as those will only be available for a limited time. And yes, it is important to be preparing for 2024 as it's a very climactic and powerful year for astrology as well, and powerful year for preparation and growing your philosophical, astrological, or conceptual power as a person. So I hope that you will consider that and invest in some more information that this channel provides along those lines, while also helping to make the channel possible. It's a very valuable offering, and here is a very wonderful promotion to try it out free for a week. So come check it out and enjoy the oncoming preview of premium content only available on this channel's Patreon page. Hi everyone, and welcome to T-Chat 189. I'm coming on to talk to you about the week ahead of December 9th until December 15th, 2023. What an awesome week ahead we have, with a beautiful, healthy Sagittarius triple conjunction coming in. We will be having the new moon in Sagittarius at the end of this week, along with the Sun and Mars. What a kind, benevolent, peaceful, and motivated energy to really offset some of the heavier, more dense transits that we've been having and talking so much about for quite a while now. So yes, I want to have a bit of a lighthearted T-Chat here with you all today. Welcome. Yes, I will go ahead and announce that we will be having a live premiere of the 2024 year ahead forecasts on YouTube for all signs on December 15th. So at the end of this week, that'll be at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern time. I will try to post time zones as well on the community tab on YouTube for those of you who are in other time zones, as I know that that's very helpful. Working with time zones is such a pain, but it is a reality indeed. I was just clicking over and seeing the time zones for the Global Dynamics video, which should already be available for you all to see, perhaps right beneath this T-Chat if you didn't get a chance to attend that live premiere. So yes, everyone, what an exciting, abundant period of time on the channel. December is always a lot of work. Thank you all so much for being here on Patreon. Let's talk about the week ahead. Okay. It is very nice to have a longer term perspective here so that you can enjoy yourself and not worry too much about the unanticipated or feeling like you have these grinding things in your life. I feel like this is very common right now, and we're all kind of like working with, okay, how much opposition am I willing to take to go through this? How much difficulty am I willing to weather in order to be in a certain service role, or in order to be there for someone else? How much am I willing to go through in this relationship? I feel like we are hitting limits here. And this wonderful little Sagittarius triple conjunction that we have is being like, okay, this is the limit. I can't do that anymore. I can't be that productive anymore. I can't be in 10 of Wands anymore. But what I can do is this. And this is a gem of potential and possibility. So it's literally like one door closes and another door opens here. And we have to trust in the abundance and prosperity of the universe. We have to also trust that as we enter a new door, it's not going to be an ambush. Okay, so I see a lot of people in like ambush psychology. What a great thing to be talking about in this week's T-Chat is, of course, Sagittarius is a bit of a military strategist energy, right? The combination of Jupiter and Mars and Sagittarius, Mars being in Jupiter's sign. This is about strategy, you guys. This is a week of strategy for every single person. This is also one of the most powerful times I've ever existed. No, I'm being dramatic. This is one of the most auspicious times I've ever walked through for planning, strategy, and comprehension of certain paths. Now, this is going to deplete once Mars leaves Sagittarius, once we get into Capricorn and Mercury goes retrograde. I'm not going to say it's over, but it's much less clear. So we have this tiny little locus of time here, you guys, and I would make yourself as much time as possible during this week ahead to think about longer term macros in your life, even if you're having to really even put like a hard deadline, say like December 24th, 2023, I need to understand some plans and strategies in my life. I need to understand some longer term momentums. I need to understand my why factor. I also need to understand if I'm pushing 1,000,000% into something that I just don't really believe in anymore, or if a lot of my energy is going to something that is a waste, all right? And really starting to balance that all up. I've talked a little bit about how we've all changed after that Venus South Node conjunction in Libra at the end of November, and we have a much better understanding of balance. We have a much better understanding of time and how much time we're willing to spend on something, how much time we're not willing to spend on something, and also generally what an amount of time invested in something yields. We kind of have a better understanding of that, and actually a really powerful understanding of that right here, right now, in this week ahead. So knowing that and having a mind that kind of works in that manner is really, really good for setting out plans. Longer term Saturn transits, like, okay, Saturn's going to go through, say, just as a random example, I know that Saturn will be in my 3rd house for the next 2 or 3 years. Then it's going to go into my 4th house for 3 years after that, then into my 5th house 3 years after that. That speaks of a larger story of withdrawal and getting to know oneself, and through adversity coming into a better creative ability over like 9 years, okay? And, it can be shadowy sometimes to be too future oriented, but I do think that we need to give ourselves the better, more clear, more generalist framing for our longer momentums to give structure to this super Piscean, Aquarian macro that we have going on with Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, with Pluto about to move into Aquarius. It's very hard to define it. It's very hard to define for some people good and bad during this time. It's very hard to define a lot of things, like also standards for some people are a question. And I do see some people giving too much for way too little. Again, not having a good definition of what they're willing to go through, not having perhaps developed a moral compass for them. And I'm seeing other people taking advantage of that too, unless we can use this period of time. Also, the first week was good too. December 1st through December 15th is the most powerful time for really developing like what I'm willing to go through, what I'm not willing to go through, but it extends out till about the end of this month. But the Mercury retrograde will already have us having to deal with more logistical things and less high-level quantum, like philosophical definition. So that is the name of the game right here and right now, everyone. And it's just so auspicious and so powerful this period of time. And I don't want you guys to forget it. It also is more lighthearted. Definitely during this triple conjunction of Sun, Moon, and Mars in Sagittarius. What a beautiful little triple conjunction there. It's like, okay, there are difficult things going on, but I have this wonderful relationship that's building. Or there are difficult things going on, but I have a really strong body and a really powerful self-regulation ability to like not do things to myself that hurt me. So staying up all night worrying about things, I don't do that anymore. Just eating sugar all day, I don't do that anymore. Eating a bunch of fast food, I don't do that anymore. Also pulling the weight for everybody else on the team and then the rest of the team taking credit for that, I don't do that anymore. There's a lot of these like veto powers is what I'll call it, honestly, where we say, no, I don't do that. No, that's not the right compensation. No, that's not who I am anymore. And that's where a lot of power in Sagittarius is, actually. Certainly, it's a very creative sign, right? It's a masculine fire sign, so it deals with the creative force. But it's also a dark fire sign because Sagittarius season happens during the winter, right? And a lot of times it's very cold during Sagittarius time. And it is the sign that precedes Capricorn as well, which is a very dark feminine sign. So there is this like inherent balance in Sagittarius as well between the creative and the destructive, or the positive and the negative. And I feel Sagittarius, while youthful and exuberant and fun this year, the season of Sagittarius is very much about veto. It's very much, we could be seeing a lot of vetoes on like the geopolitical area as well. And it's very hardball negotiation. It's very much, again, while youthful, not settling. Okay, Sagittarius is very strictly not settling here. And it's also, I'm seeing this go like really crazy. Like people are like, this career I've had for a long time, no way, I'm just going to take a chance somewhere else over here. Pluto and Aquarius is going to do that in this year of 2024 as well, where we have this new Pluto and it's like, no way am I going back to that old stuff. No way am I living where I used to live. No way. There's a very strong feeling of no, not settling, rejection. And certainly that's in some cases for better and in some cases for worse. But I just want to prepare you guys, and we'll talk more about this in the 2024 year ahead. Negation, saying no, rejection, regulation, harsh polishing, refinement, scrupulous detail orientation, regime building at a personal and macro level. It's very, very a game of hardball that we're going to be in for in 2024. So those of us who are and I'm not saying anybody here, but we all know those people who need very like soft spiritual experiences. They need to like always be validated. They need to like always have people say yes to them. They need to always have like a feeling of ease or therapy derived from most of their spiritual path. That's going to really shift up here. And the more healing energy is going to come through our own ability perhaps to say no to certain experiences and to polish and refine what we already have better, so that it doesn't become a burden. Burdens are being highly faced right now, and this Sagittarius triple conjunction is like unburdening itself. I actually think, because you guys know I've been talking for the last few years actually about how since Jupiter was in Capricorn in 2020, Sagittarius was kind of like really wounded. And if you see like, for example, Sagittarian celebrities right now, or if you know Sagittarians, there's been a struggle, been a hard struggle over the